Alright, starting back where we left off yesterday. Remember, same deal. His account, you can verify that. His chats with this person. Sadly, the only way he's going to be able to get out of this is by one, saying he was set up, or two, what the fuck? Okay, it's nothing, I believe. Either way, he's either one going to have to admit that he was set up, which he wasn't. So that's even more sad. But that'd still prove that he is a pedo. He was looking for this kind of relationship with a minor to begin with. Or two, he would have to say that this is actually someone else that he talked to. But who would it be? Because obviously it's someone who was talking to him. Oh, wait. He's been saying that this is who we all say it is. And again, he wants to bring up the group chats now. The ones that he never brought up before. He only brings them up now after these chats are being released as a way to try to clear his name, which doesn't work out because you know he's not going to show you all the group chats. He's only going to show still screenshots of parts of them as well. And most likely, he's going to try to pressure me into showing the group chat that he was put into with me and her. But, again, I only agreed to be put into that thing because I wanted to dog on his ass, and it shows. He was really fucking pissed, and it was so funny. Here's the weird thing. That sentence right there, that's highlighted. She's worried that she'll be judged for it. The only one who'd be judged for it's him. Keep in mind, he's been silent for a few days. I don't know why. He's probably gonna actually try to find out where I am. Not worried. That's just odd. It's not sending those. Oh, never mind. Discord is just down. Really? Keep in mind these are obviously from Twitch. The top of the icons. And the fact it's telling them to go to YouTube. But here's the kicker. He said that he deleted his Twitch in light of this. We've seen by the dates that that's a lie. We have seen that he has not been honest with his base at all. He, in fact, was messaging weird shit to this kid. There was most likely more weird shit on Twitch, which Kiro can't access because his Twitch is deleted. And you could say what you want about him not being able to access their Twitter PMs because her account's deleted, but she wouldn't be able to access them either, meaning you'd have to rely on him to show that shit, which he's not going to. Oh, that's what he typed. And now he's just being a whiny little bitch. Okay, I gotcha. And he can't even try to blame the fucking kid for quote unquote guilt tripping him either. That's the funny thing. Funny, 2021, whenever that game was relatively popular, he did stream this a few days ago, I believe, after she left, after she said she wasn't going to mess with this anymore on one of my posts because of him. Doesn't that seem like bait? If he's a streamer, mostly a Dead by Daylight streamer, he'd be usually playing Dead by Daylight or games like that. Not something that is, you know, single player where he can't interact with people like any of his base, play with him or whatever. And he wouldn't be playing that as well because it's not a very popular game because it's older. In fact, actually, one of the scenes in said game, he did have a very weird reaction to. Weird as in it was not over the top, and the fact that he actually went through that route. is a surprising thing. Because in that game, like most RPGs, where your decisions matter, it's kind of easy to see what decisions you make and where they will lead. He knew that scene would happen the way it did, and he still went through with it. For some reason. If you know what scene I'm referring to, then you know. If you don't know, go watch his side. Unlike him, I'm not going to prevent anyone from watching his side. I encourage it. Another odd thing. He's getting suspicious of Chloe if he wasn't already. Because she called him out, if you remember right. Still calling him cutie. He's most likely grown accustomed to it by now. It's neither encouraging nor telling her not to. That's what I could tell from this, because obviously it wouldn't matter if he was encouraging it or not. The context would be limited since it's only on Kiro's side. But before he was definitely encouraging it, you could tell by the way that the context was then, well, back then. Weird. Weird. This is odd. I don't talk well enough, question mark? What's that supposed to mean? Age of 18 doesn't change the way you talk. Only thing that would happen at the age of 18 is, well, he wouldn't do that, would he? Just ignore all this shit beforehand. Dog's sleeping behind me. Funny, because he eats DoorDash all the time. Odd thing to say. He encouraged it. Keep in mind, actually, hold on. $20 says he sent that same picture of that Joker character from Persona before she commented this. Remember those pictures that Kiro sent, that the ones that he wasn't saying are weird, but yet there's been a lot more innocent pictures, less suggestive ones that he said to not send him because people think that they're weird. And then at the same time there would be some suggestive ones that would be okay as well. Yeah, this is before all that, and that's obvious. Probably talking about Chloe again. He probably asked about her. That would explain, this would probably explain the day gap. That's fucking weird to mention. That tells you about the age range. The approximate age range. Keep in mind the actual difference in age is larger. He's old enough to be her dad. Different dude. He could talk about the first few lines that, yeah, that's just fucking weird. Here he is calling her cute or cutie again, so he was encouraging it. Pretty sure I'm supposed to say of. And she keeps asking that. Keep in mind she's not even 15 yet either. There was one pic of him sent to her, despite all the pics of her sent to him. You could say, like, well, he could say, like, well, I never asked for those, but we don't know because his side's deleted. And most of the time, no one's going to randomly send even a kid's not going to randomly send a pic of themselves to an adult unless they ask. Unless they get really comfortable with each other. I'm meaning a little too comfy. Keep in mind, you did also make one, like, try to say that I made Kiro pretend to be suicidal. You've seen the dates. You could tell there was a pattern going on well before I jumped in. meaning he lied about that. Remember, one of his vids still had the old Twitter screenshots that he threatened Kiro with. And only those. He didn't just record over his old video with the Twitter DMs. That way no one could call him out on the amount of blurred messages. Either that or he genuinely did delete it, so therefore he actually has to find a way to get into Google's archive of content and then re-download it, because he obviously didn't just private those vids. And he might have privated them at one point, but he deleted them after he's called out for it. This is still September, by the way. With this all in mind, though, with what he's been doing recently, there's way too many gaps in his timeline. He's not telling you the whole story at all. He's trying to fucking divert attention away from him, and that's super obvious as of now. He still has his videos up that are like less than a minute long, which are like, oh, debunking, and it's like, you can't debunk anything in less than a minute unless you are talking really fast or record your thing, then fast forward the video and upload the fast forwarded video to YouTube, and then even still, it wouldn't be under a minute long. On the Spoopy Boy account, even going over even not even going over his own videos, there would still be 30-minute long vids. That's how you actually debunk something. You prove it's false, which he has not proven anything false that he has claimed as false, because he can't, because, oh, look, it's true. And now he's trying to claim that it was changed. So he couldn't prove that it was false beforehand, but now he's expecting y'all to believe that it was edited to where it's now true. But that literally would be impossible anyway because of the way Discord works. Pair that with him trying to call me a racist. Yeah. Personally, I wouldn't give two shits. If there's two claims being thrown around, one side saying one person's a pedo, the other side saying the other person's a racist, I'm going to look at both sides. He doesn't want people to look at both sides. He only wants people to look at one, and that's his. doesn't want people to look at the other side that's against him at all. Which that in itself is sus. But he wants to claim I'm a racist, you can look into it. I encourage looking into people, looking into situations. He does not. He doesn't like people questioning him either. If you ask about Kuro and his YouTube, he's either one going to delete the comment or two going to say, well, look at my videos, I explain everything, even though he explains jack shit. He couldn't even do this. This is what pisses me off. He couldn't do this. All he had to do is show that the screenshots in the doc were fake. He couldn't. What do you want, dog? Yeah. You see the combos are more than friendly. We had that one video where there was a lot of really fucked shit. And yet the shit that he claimed was fake, by the way. And something that alluded to the VR video existing in this chat too. Granted, it's very loose, and again, Kuro would have to clarify it, but it's whatevs. I'm gonna get to the next day, then I'm gonna end this vid. Because this just keeps pissing me off more and more. I have to do his job, because for some reason he couldn't. And he wants to deny all the shit that he has done, because again, you could confirm that this is his account. It's just fucking infuriating, dude. Yeah, that's it for the video. We're going to start off tomorrow on September 26, 2021. And just continue this. Again, before I end this video, I want to go over the fact that he hasn't actually replied to the other two, which most likely is going to be like his last videos where it's completely irrelevant to all this shit. I think he knows that I know about the group chats. In fact, actually, I think he's watched the last two vids. And I think he's only being quiet now as to find a way to come at me again, because obviously his ways are not working. He tried using a legal name of mine to scare me, despite his name not actually being there. That's just one of the names he goes by, most likely. And then he tried saying that I was violating a COPA law, which he didn't even say the word. He didn't even say that I was violating a COPA law. He said what I was doing was illegal because she is a minor, and in the US, all this stuff is 18. But in truth, he doesn't even understand the way that law works at all. Because what he tried saying before about this being illegal is also false because it's only showing a screen name, which is completely different. In all reality, the only way to verify that this is actually her account is by her saying it's her account. And then he would be the one in trouble because of the context of their convos, despite him not having his side in there for the early convos. So yeah, he's just trying to use fucking scare tactics. That's it. He's really got nothing. But with that all out of the way, see y'all tomorrow.